Yo, representing. Got the Madman Entertainment. Be sure to follow, comment Madman Screwball. Subscribe to the Screwball Radio YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna be uploading more content up there. We're gonna be coming with a lot of stuff. So I want to talk about this here. I want to go on a live and do this. See, I like doing lives a little bit more versus doing individual videos because I gotta find a thumbnail. I gotta get the video recorded. There's a whole lot of crap that goes with doing individual videos. But I read this here. I want to go live here and talk about this here. Now, Styles P wants to do a boycott on VERZUZ if Thriller fails to pay Timbaland and Swiss Beats. He's calling on his peers to follow. He said, hip hop has always had some funny shit in it. So I feel people should do what they say they would do. You shake somebody's hand, you sign the paper that says you're going to deal, and the deals are right. There shouldn't be any problems. And he also said, hold on 1 second. He also said, he added the boycott the hip-hop R&B platform if Thriller refuses to do the legendary producer's right. Hip-hop people shouldn't F with it if Swiss and Tim ain't involved. The MC declared, I sure wouldn't support it. I wouldn't watch it at all. He also said, according to the suit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Thursday, August 16, Thriller failed to pay the producers according to the terms they originally agreed upon in January 2021. After the company acquired VERZUZ, the duo also seeks $95,000 in interest, attorney fees, and other costs at initial of the $28 million lawsuit. The lawsuit really unequivocally and unconditionally guarantees that Mosley and Dean paid and performance of Thriller hold obligations under agreement and relate agreements, but failed to honor their arrangement. Furthermore, the suit alleges the company failed and refuses to respond to plaintiffs' written notice and demand payment. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna keep it 100 here. That's their fault for doing that. That's Swiss and Timbaland's fault for doing that. That's their cross to bear. I'm not feeling any sorry for them. I'm not doing no boycott or none of that. Because this is what we got to stop doing. Whenever we have a real dope idea, y'all always sell it off to the bag. You sell it off for these corporations. Why didn't you sell it to a lot of your peers? Sell it to Jermaine Dupri. Sell it to Jay-Z. Sell it to, who else? Pharrell. People within that circle. So that way the money could keep on going within black people. It could go within the culture. But see, the problem is greed. People cash out. And I said to myself, it's the end of VERZUZ. I said this last year. It's the end of VERZUZ. Because once you cash out, and you give it to these corporations, they're going to strip it every way possible, shape, and form. VERZUZ don't really have a meaning. Now, I'm thinking what happened, since people were going outside, they figured there will be no more use for the VERZUZ. I disagree. There's many ways you can do that and bring money and bring revenue. Like do co-concerts, dual concerts, just like they were doing, because a VERZUZ is basically a concert, like a duel. There's still many matchups that they should have done. You got the producer matchups. You got MOP that could have did it. You got MOP could have been dope with it. Should have done MOP versus Onyx. Should have did Cypress Hill versus Red and Meth. Daz and Corrupt could have did one. CNN could have did one. Who else? And you got your R&B, Jodeci versus Drew Hill. There's many matchups that could have happened. Usher could have done one. But see, I understand that, they try reaching out to the big dogs, and a lot of them didn't want to do it. But there's still many matchups. There's still money to be made off of it. But see, Swiss and Tim, they jumped the gun too early. You sell it to people that understand this. You sell it to Nas. You know what I'm saying? Sell it to somebody that at least have a good understanding on where this goes. Sell it to Master P. You know, there's many black millionaires that could have gotten to that. You sell it to these crooks that don't really care. And now look at it now. Versus don't have nothing to it. They ruined it. Look at the last matchup they had in Versus. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Chris Brown and Usher talked about doing it. They could have built this thing to where it could have been monumental. It could have been like a WrestleMania type deal for hip hop. You know what I mean? They could have built this as a WrestleMania type deal. Like have it like, it depends on the matchups, once or twice. Have one in the winter, have one in the spring, have one in the fall, and one in the winter. Like it'll have big deal and it'll bring much more revenue. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna look this up. The last one they had, it just flopped. Hold on, let me see which one had it. It was a shame. See, you even got Puffy and Jermaine Dupri. They even agreed. No, they had another one. It was from some Spanish DJs. It was some reggaeton. It was some reggaeton DJs that did it, and it didn't really do good. It didn't do good at all. Omarion and Mario did good, but look what happened with that. It was very unprofessional in some ways. Like they peaked when the Lox and Dipset. They really peaked there, and Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia just based off the history alone. I think they did 8 Ball and MJG, which was cool too. But Versus gotta be a competitive thing though. If we wanted to hear them jump, I mean it was good. 8 Ball MJG and UGK was dope. Even though Pimp C isn't here, it's dope to have those tunes, and it's good to see those guys get their appreciation. But it seemed like a concert. We want to see head-to-head competition. In a lot of ways, competition is what makes it dope. That was too much like a love fest to me. You know? But going on with Styles P, man, I don't know where he's going to go with this. I don't feel sorry for Swizz and Timbaland a bit. I'm like, y'all had something special. Y'all got greedy and just sold it. Y'all cashed out. It did good for y'all. But once again, it don't do good for us. Now we don't own this no more. And now y'all regret it. Now y'all want to sit here and be on some, oh, they're doing the culture. Man, forget that. Forget all that. I expect new music from you, my G. No, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper, dog. No, I'm not a rapper, man. I'm a music curator, man. But I create content. I'm a content creator. So I'm gonna have interviews locked up, man. I have whatchamacall? I have Glasses Malone interview coming. I got Big Prodigy from South Central Cartel interview coming. We reached out to Inhale, Nate Dogg's son. He gonna definitely be on. We got Mitchie Slick coming on. I got a lot lined up. Nah, I'm not a rapper or R&B singer, man. I'm not trying to be in that lane at all, man. I'm a music curator. I do reviews. I do interviews. I'm a content creator. I do all that. I let the rappers rap. I'm in my lane to do commentary. I'm an analyst, so to speak. But Styles P, man, I mean, you know, his heart's in the right place. But I don't really care for that at all, man. Like, we got to learn. We got to learn to control our platforms. Stop being so eager to sell everything. Now we don't have nothing. Everything we get, we eager to sell it to get a bag. And now look, you were better off selling that to Puff. Shit, you were better off selling to Puffy at least. But y'all get greedy. Y'all focus on the bag. You sell something you own to these crooks. They strip it. They strip the dignity. They strip the heart of it. I knew it was a rap when they started charging. When they started charging, that was a rap. it was a wrap for that, because I was like, yo, this thing is about over. And I think what happened, they lost faith in Versus because they probably thought since people are going to concerts again, there's no use for it. But it's still some use for it. It still will sell. Another thing too, what messed Versus up to me, they don't understand how to read audiences. Like, the crowd they had for Bone Thugs and Harmony 3-6 Mafia was terrible. If you're gonna do something like that, you gotta hold that in something with some mutual ground, with a better crowd. The same thing with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. The crowds were terrible. You know? Terrible crowd can kill it. Like the Locks and Dipset, they did it the best way because they held it in the Garden, Madison Square Garden. And they did like a 2 million. Jadakiss showed off that night. But the rest of those crowds sucked. And that's one of the main things, man. That's one of the main things. But I want to touch on this here while I'm here too. Now, I was looking at what's going on with Andrew Tate. This guy that goes by the name of Andrew Tate. I was reading a little bit more about him today. So apparently, they laid the hammer on him and banned him from not only that Instagram and Facebook, they also banned him from YouTube. So my thoughts about this is, what is this guy really saying that we haven't even heard already? It's the contradiction within society. Y'all give these bed wenches and black people that practice self-hate this platform that is on black men every day, but yet you have a problem with this guy? If you're gonna ban this guy, ban everybody else. Ban all these people that be drug trafficking online, stripping online, showing TNS online. But you want to ban this guy? I knew for sure if they banned the president, nobody was safe. You know? Nobody was safe if they banned the president. That's why I told people, man, like, y'all got to pay attention to what's going on. Y'all sitting there cheerleading, they got him. I'm like, man, look, that's bad. If they gonna come after the president, what do you think they're gonna do to us? Of people that speak opinions that are opposite of what they feel. You know? I mean, I don't support censorship in any form or way. My thing is this: if you feel that bad about him, debate the guy. Same with Kevin Samuels. I don't agree with everything he said, but if you feel that way, debate the guy. That's what we need to have instead of canceling. We need discussions. We need dialogue. That's why people are ignorant now. They don't have no form of understanding other than their skewed viewpoint. Nobody wants to have dialogue. You know? That's a problem to me. So they banned this guy. I don't know what he said. Y'all treat him like a war criminal. But I heard that he was worse than Kevin Samuels. I heard he was like 10 times worse than Kevin Samuels. He's a controversial TikToker. Former kickboxer. He called out Jake Paul. Jake Paul didn't want to smoke. So I don't support that censorship, man. I really don't, man. That's a black eye to free speech to me. Regardless of how you feel about them, I feel people, they got to have their viewpoints challenged. Like, if you say something controversial, send somebody to challenge them. Let's have a debate. And everybody get money. What are you going to do? What blocking him going to do? You're going to do nothing but make him more like a martyr. See, that's the type of time that we on, man. And you have the other guy go by the name of Jake Shields. He called this out, citing Cardi B. Hold on, let me read this to y'all. This was interesting. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, I'm gonna read this to y'all. Cardi B got caught astray. Shields, 43, was critical of the influencer, former kickboxer Andrew Tate's banning from multiple social media platforms. Meta said Tate, 35, was banned over hate speech policy violations. TikTok said that Tate's account was permanently banned due to misogynistic remarks. Shields said Cardi B and the Kardashians are poor role models for kids. I agree. He said that the artist encouraged drug use and promiscuity for her work. Cardi B replied that she's married, don't do drugs, and does a lot of charity work. Wow. Promiscuity, that's what I'm saying, man, my bad. But like I said, man, I do not support censorship whatsoever. I really don't. I do not support censorship at all. I feel that people, if they have their viewpoints, they need to have them challenged. Prove them wrong. If anything, you're helping him get bigger now. That's what the standards should stand on. You know? I'm also reading too what he said. Now this guy here, hold on. Tate has been banned from Twitter in 2017 after remarks that rape victims bear responsibility and the women belong at home. That's crazy. Now, I don't know too much about this guy, but they wanted to get him out the paint just like they got Kevin Samuels out the paint. Now, I'm always aware of these YouTube streets, man. And I was looking at this here. The other day, and I did a little commentary on this. I was talking about the back and forth that Saint in the Center, Marquette Burton, and DJ Academics had. And that's one thing that I learned for sure. And if you get into it with anybody, especially over the internet, you gotta research your opponent. Anybody that's coming at me, I research them. Because I don't want to jump out of bounds and look crazy. See, one thing for sure, you got to analyze your opponent. You got to study your opponent. Look flyer than your opponent. Then crush your opponent. DJ Academics went on a drunken rant. Now, Center baited him. You know what I'm saying? When you do commentary, sometimes you throw your critique out there. I'm sort of like that too. When I'm doing commentary videos, especially about WAC 100 and stuff like that. DJ Academics jumps out of bounds. He should have just brushed it off and kept it moving. But see, he's a sensitive guy. When he drinks, he turns to get that liquid courage in him. And he just start talking shit. Like, he start going at Center for 30 minutes. Now, when he started saying that Center was a bum, he ain't have money, that's why I knew Academics was going to lose, because I could tell he didn't study this guy. Now, if you look at Saint and Center, you could tell he's pretty successful. Like, he travels the world. He has money. He does motivational speeches. He works out. He has different avenues. He's involved with tech. And I was thinking, man, Academics messed up on this one, man, because that's not like rapper. That's not Meek Mill, bro. Meek Mill can't really come back. You see how he took L's the Game and Drake when it comes to battle? He ain't clever. This ain't my son. This ain't Freddie Gibbs. See, this guy here, he's sharp with the wordplay. And see, the guys like him, Tariq Nasheed, Rosebud, guys that are sharp with the wordplay, you leave alone. And Academics, man, he sliced Academics up for damn near 2 hours. And people are like, well, Academics won because he did a 2-hour video. Man, Academics does the same shit with rappers all the time. Y'all some goofy niggas, man. Y'all sit there defend this guy and live vicariously do this dude. You got to call fairness a fairness. So, yeah, he tore Academics a whole asshole. That was some ether right there. If Academics smart, he'll just take that L and keep it moving, because Center said he still got more. So, leave that alone. If I was Academics publicist, I'd tell them, look, leave that alone. Focus on these rappers. You do not want to get involved with guys like this, because now you're giving him a bigger platform. Leave it alone. There's certain things in life you just got to leave alone and take an L. And he took that L. But nevertheless, man, I just want to chop it with y'all briefly, man. I wanted to get on live. I ain't feel like creating no thumbnail or none of that. I might have a thumbnail later on, because that's a lot of work, man, when you're producing videos. So I'm about to be out for the night. Big shout out to everybody that took time to listen for a little bit. Big shout out to everybody that listened to Off the Cuff Radio, Screwball Radio. I'm gonna have more coming, so bear with me. Holla back.